Hey guys and girls, today I thought we could take apart this Makita gearbox and see what all the parts are called, and label them all so we know what we're talking about. Right, let's take off the plastic case at the back and see what we've got in here then. Let's try and pop these out. Here we go. Okay, so the first piece that goes in the back is this one. And we're going to call that the washer. Then we got this one. It's a stationary ring gear. We can call this ring gear 1. Then, if we look in here, we've got this first stage planetary gears and carrier. Just take one of these off. Call this planetary gear 1. And in the middle of the planetary gear 1 is this. It's a small bearing, needle bearings. Then what have we got for the next part? The next part's this, and this is bearing carrier, and on the other side is the sun gear. But oh, I dropped it. We can call it carrier 1. Okay. Now the next piece. This is actually 2 pieces. Or even 3. Or 4 if you count both of these. You can see here on the sides, there's 2 small pins. We can call this the gear selector. I think it's selector. This one we can call ring gear 2, or even selector. ring gear. Okay, and the next is another set of planetary gears. This one has no bearing in the middle. And then the second stage carrier. Again, it carries the planetary gears on this side, and then a sun gear on the other side. I'm going to slide that over a little bit so we have more space. Carrier 2. Okay, and then we have the plastic case. Again, I'll put that to the side. We don't really need to say that that's called a plastic. And the next ring. We can call this the stop ring. Okay, and some more planetary gears. Again, no bearings. And the next is this ring here. Another ring gear. We can maybe call this the clutch ring. And then the next carrier, and this carrier doesn't have a sun gear on the other side. I suppose it's a type of sun gear, but it doesn't look like a standard splined gear. Carrier 3. This piece here that the splines from the back side of the chuck go into. Oh, I need to move things up a bit. And we call that the locking cam. 2 of these, just call them pins. And this one. We'll call the lock ring. Okay, now we know the names of the parts, let's see how to put it back together again. So, make sure you don't lose any of these. They're shaped like little bullets on this model, but some models they're just ball bearings, like steel balls. Okay, so the first thing to do is to put in the lock ring. Then I'm gonna flip over the third carrier and put the cam in, the locking cam. So that's what we called it, yep. And I think that the locking cam is different on both sides. That side's more flat, and that side is kind of chamfered on the inner edge. I think that the flat side is up. And then this cam wants to be able to move side to side there. And then we can put the pins in. You can use a bit of grease here to hold them in place. Okay. Then we can put that in place like that. Okay, the next part to go in is the clutch ring. And this side here with the tracks on it wants to go down against the ball bearings or the bullets. Once that's in, we can put these slightly larger planetary gears in. Okay, that's those in. Then, the next stage, the stop ring. By the way, this is the same on both sides, but you might find that one side of it is a little bit more worn than the other, so you can flip it over if you need to. And then we put the plastic. And the key with the plastic is that this notch here is for the selector to go into, and the selector is always in line with the arrow. Next we can put the carrier in. There we go. Then we want to put the selector ring gear back onto the selector. So we push the pins out a little bit, so they're sticking out. And then the pins are going to sit in this track here. And these teeth on the outside are going to lock into the stop ring, so they face the stop ring. This gear selector ring can fall out, so you need to be a little bit careful when you're putting it in. There you go, dropped in there. The next set of planetary gears, the ones without the bearings. Okay, now for the first carrier. And the bearings and the first stage planetary gears. Go. Next, the first ring gear. And here you might find that it's a little bit difficult to get on. You can try and turn these with your finger. Sometimes that works to get it in, to get them to slide in. There we go. Just use my finger in the middle there to turn the gears a little bit till they slid in. Then I'm going to put the washer in the back, and again the back goes on with this notch on the selector. And then we have it back together, pretty easy. It looks quite scary with all those small parts and gears, but as long as you put it back together in that order, everything goes in nicely. Then 4 screws and job done.